My name is Mike, and this is my story. For me to follow Jesus is like following someone who's a rock star, so to speak. When I follow someone, I want to know that that person is the person worthy of following, and Jesus is that person in my life. I know that He is going to take me to a place that I don't have to fear about, because I know that I trust in Him, and He believes in me, and He would never lead me astray, because I'm one of His children. A few years ago, I happened to stop in at the church that I was attending, and there was an Alpha course going on at the time. I happened to peek in the window to see who was attending the Alpha course, and I was sort of surprised to see a lot of my church friends on Sunday taking the course. I was sort of taken back, because I always thought that the Alpha course was for people who did not yet know Christ. And yet here were a whole bunch of people that I met in church on Sundays taking this course. It was at that time that one of the leaders of the course suggested to me that possibly it would be wise for me to take the course too. So I obliged, and the next time the Alpha course was offered, I was ready to participate. It didn't take long for me to understand why the Alpha course is such an important course. I had grown up in church all my life. I had known Jesus all my life. But the way the lessons were led, the way the questions were asked, I came to know that I had missed a whole lot of knowing Jesus in my growing up. I got to know a new perspective on who Jesus was and is, and how He wants me to be in relationship with Him. It was a place where we shared a meal together, we shared questions together. It was a place where I came to find out what it really meant to be a Christ follower. One of the things the Alpha course helped me realize is that in my growing up years, having the ability and the gifts of leadership and administration, I was doing a lot of things in the church, whether that be in president of a young people's group or an elder in the church. I happened to be very busy and doing a lot of things, and I came to realize that I was doing church, but I wasn't being the church. And as a result of taking the Alpha course, I think God got my attention, and He spoke to me and He says, "Mike, I like all the things you're doing, but you're doing it for the wrong reason. You're doing it to please me. I don't need to be pleased. All I really want is a relationship with you." If there's someone watching this today that is thinking about the church and Jesus thing, I encourage you to follow your heart, follow your feelings that you're feeling. Don't push them out of your mind. I think it's important to know that if you have these feelings, you've got to know that God is working in your heart. He's got your attention. Being on a journey with God is an adventure. And I believe that I am still learning. I'm still a child in the coming to know Christ better. I also know that I will never arrive at perfection, at completion. But I know each day that I strive to know Him better. When there's issues that face me, I'm drawn to an old familiar chorus from an old hymn that really speaks to me. It's one of my favorites. Because He lives, I can face tomorrow. Because He lives, all fear is gone. And I know, because He holds the future, and life is worth the living, just because He lives. My name is Mike, and this is my story.